Hey everyone, and welcome back to my channel. So today's video is going to be another simple makeup look today, and it's going to look more angelic. I do apologize for the background. I am sorting out all my stuff because I'm gonna be going back to New York within the next week and a half. So I'm just trying to get everything sorted out, seeing what I want to leave here and what I want to bring with me. So I do apologize for the mess in the background. So this is the look for today. It's just very simple, very natural looking. The eyes are what the show is, what this is all about. I'm not wearing any eyeliner. I'm only wearing my eyeshadows and my mascara. And then I just did my normal foundation, concealer, brows, bronzer, blush, highlighter, lip. Let's just skip on into the tutorial. So first off, I'm gonna go with my Essence Fresh and Fit Awake Primer. And it's really good for oily skin. It actually has pore minimizing effect in it. And it just gives you a nice healthy glow to the skin. And it smells really lovely. So I'm gonna just apply that. And I'm just gonna apply this all over my face. But mainly focus in my T-zone area. That's where I get the most oily. This primer actually smells really nice, and it only cost me about, I think, $2.99 or something. Really inexpensive, and you can actually pick it up at Ulta. That's where I got mine. I know that some CVS's sell Essence, but I don't think all of them do. Okay, so after putting on my primer, let it sink in for a second, I'm gonna go in with my Wet n Wild Dewy Foundation, Photo Focus. And this is in the shade Golden Beige. I think this is a little too light for me, but it just doesn't matter to me right now. It's just, you know, with bronzer and everything, it will look good. And I'm actually going to be finally using a new Real Technique sponge, and who doesn't love the feel of a new sponge, especially when you dampen it. It just feels very light and soft, and I'm really upset that I'm going to actually use this one. What I'm going to do, it has a little spatula. I just like to apply this all over my face. If you've been watching my channel for a couple months now, you know this is the way I apply this foundation. And if you're new, welcome. This is how I apply my foundation. Unless it's in a pump, then it's completely different. So I'm just gonna blend that out. Okay, now that my foundation is applied, I'm actually going to go in with my very trusty LA Girl Pro Conceal in the color Porcelain, and I'm going to actually just use this to highlight and conceal, and then also I'm going to use this also as an eyeshadow base. So I like to use a salmon color for underneath my eyes, a salmon color concealer, just because I do have really bad dark circles, and this really helps counteract them. Down the center of my nose. And actually I like to put some in between my brows. You can also put concealer on your chin, but I feel like that just washes out my whole makeup look. I'm not going to do that right now. So I'm going to just go back in with my Real Technique sponge, but I'm actually going to take the pointy side and just blend that out. And then also I like to go back on the side where the foundation was, just to help it look more seamless. I like to just go over that as well. So then, like I mentioned before, I'm going to go back in with that same concealer and just prime my eyelids. You only need a little bit just to prime your eyelids. Okay, so I'm actually gonna go back to, and I'm gonna throw it back a little bit, and I'm gonna use my Huda Beauty Mercury Retrograde palette. And what I'm gonna do, I'm actually gonna take the shade Momentum. It's just this really light color shade, and I'm actually gonna just set the base. So then next I'm gonna go in with the shade Crash. I'm just gonna pop it into my crease. It looks like more of like a purple-ish kind of color, so that's really nice. So it's just gonna, because we're gonna do something like simple with like the pigments and stuff like that, so it's nice to just have something very neutral. Like, it's not too overbearing or anything like that. It's just very, very simple. Then what I'm gonna do, I'm actually gonna take this shade Supermoon. Can't really tell, but it's just like a white iridescent pigment, so I'm just gonna put that onto my middle finger and just dab that onto my eyelid. See, so it's just very pretty, glittery looking type of eye. But what I'm actually also gonna do, I'm actually gonna take the shade Galaxy right here, and I'm actually going to lightly apply this on top of that, on top of the Supermoon shade. So I'm only lightly dabbing this. I'm not gonna completely cover up the Supermoon shade. Take my pinky finger, go in with that Galaxy shade, and then just press it like right in a corner. So these are what the eyes look like right now, and I'm not going to apply any eyeliner, nothing like that, only apply mascara. Before I apply my mascara, I'm actually going to curl my lashes, and this is just a regular standard eyelash curler that I got from CVS. You don't need anything too extravagant. And now I'm going to go in with my trusty L'Oreal Telescopic Mascara, and I'm just going to apply this to my upper lashes. And what I like about this mascara is that the wand is so thin, so it gets right to the root, and it's really good for your bottom lashes as well. This is one of my all-time favorite mascaras. Like, look how voluminous my eyelashes look. Like, just see how voluminous they look. So the most important step of this tutorial is to set your face. And I'm gonna go in with the Beauty Bakery Flower Translucent Setting Powder. And what I like about this powder, it's so finely milled. So I just pour a little bit into there. So you pour in a little tub. And I'm just gonna take my Real Techniques setting brush, and I'm just gonna pat that underneath my eye. And I'm also going to be using the same setting powder, but I'm going to take my e.l.f. flat top brush, and I'm just going to apply the rest of the powder all over my face, and I'm just going to dab it on. It's important to dab on your powders, because especially when you're setting your foundation and concealer, because that way it doesn't crease and it doesn't budge or move. I also always recommend to use a translucent powder because it doesn't add any color to your skin, and if you're someone that likes to use cream products, like for cream contouring and all that stuff, it doesn't change the color. So I always recommend having a translucent powder in your makeup bag. My skin feels really, really soft. It doesn't feel heavy or anything like how other setting powders make my skin feel. Next, I'm gonna bronze / contour the face, and I'm gonna take my Wet n Wild contouring palette, and I'm just gonna take the dark side. Oh, just be very careful. It is very powdery and it's very pigmented as well. So I'm just gonna apply this to underneath my cheekbones. Next step is blush, and I'm also going to take, this is also from Wet n Wild, and it's the Hello Halo Blush Lighter, and it's in the shade After Sex Glow. So I'm going to take the blush side first, and I'm just going to pop this onto the apples of my cheeks. Next, I'm going to go in with that same Hello Halo duo, and I'm going to take my Morphe M501 brush, and I'm just going to take the highlighting shade, and I'm just going to highlight. And for an angelic makeup look, I like to use a lot of highlighter. Like, highlight's like my favorite thing. I can never live without highlighter. Next up is eyebrows. You can never forget about your eyebrows, and it's also from Wet n Wild. I'm using a lot of Wet n Wild. It's actually one of my favorite drugstore brands, and it's really easy to get your hands on. So I'm just going to lightly feather in the pencil into my brows. And then I'm just gonna brush in through the product and see if I missed any spots. And this is what's really gonna help make the brows look very natural. I really need to get my eyebrows waxed again. I'm actually pretty happy with that. They look very, very natural. Doesn't look like they're like overdrawn or anything like that. Next, I'm gonna just go back in with my telescopic mascara, and I'm just going to apply it on my bottom lashes. And the last part is lips. I'm gonna just go with my NYX lip liner in the shade Natural. I'm just going to line my lips. I like to slightly overdraw my lips just to make them look a little bit more poutier. This is another trick of mine. Always use a nude lip liner with no matter what color lipstick you're using or lip gloss. Because one, if you're trying to find a lip liner that is similar to the lip color that you're gonna use, you're not gonna really get it right. And with a nude, you can just go over it and it looks more natural that way. So stop wasting your money on different color lip liners. Just get one neutral color or a couple of them, like a nude pink and a nude brown, and you won't have to worry about trying to find a lip liner to match whatever lip color that you want. Also, take your time with the lip liner. See, I don't look like I have Kylie Jenner lips. It just looks very natural, just a little bit enhanced, just the tiniest bit enhanced. You don't want to look like that you just like look like a hooker, or you've got so much filler and that you can't even, you know, smile properly. And the last thing is my lip gloss, and I'm going to take my NYX Butter Gloss in the shade Creme Brulee. It's my all-time favorite lip gloss. It's just a nice nudie pink. All NYX Butter Glosses smell divine. This just smells like cake, like a vanilla cake. So this is the completed look, guys. What do you think? I think it's very beautiful. I really hope you guys enjoyed it, and I'll see you all in my next video. Bye.